gonna sink a ship? Do you wanna bleed? Gonna take a knee? Are you gonna stand up? I am. Show me what you got before you start to run. Are you fucking ready? 'Cause I...
What's up, everybody, and welcome to UCW Radio. I'm Stan Lariat, joined by Dangerous Doug Roberts himself.
What's happening?
And the doctor is in, Dr. Desire Brian Taylor.
What's going on?
And it's time once again to talk about UCW Defiance. What an exciting event we had at the Hoops Academy in Ashland, Virginia. And tonight we've got a very special focus. We actually have, joining us very soon, is going to be part of the television championship match. If you had a chance to watch it on Twitch TV, then you found out. And oh, what a day it's been.
Shut up.
For the one, the only,
Woo!
the new television champion.
I'm going to smack you out your chair.
The Red Scorpion. That's right. Red Scorpion defeating Ethan Cross.
Hold up. Did you say new television champion?
Not very good at the whole Howard Finkel impression, but new. There you go.
Put your hand down.
Whoa. Hey. Put the
For
weapons
those
down.
not watching on our exclusive pay-per-view, Brian just picked up a hammer.
It's getting a little bit tense in here.
He desired to hit Stan.
And Stan doesn't throw a lariat that can beat a hammer. I'm just saying. So, wow, what an exciting few weeks it's been. Of course, you've seen through Twitch.tv, UCW is off and running. If you haven't, then it's time for you to go ahead and check it out. Go to twitch.tv/UCW Forever, and you have an opportunity to watch both the first and second half of the Ashland, Virginia Hoops Academy show, where we indeed saw the crowning of a new television champion. We also saw a second ever Facebook Live matchup with Noise Pollution defending the UCW Tag Team Championship against Bacon and Eggs, Ace Montana, and Pork Chop Johnson. Wow. The reaction from the crowd was pretty magical, I think. Pretty electric for Bacon and Eggs. Exciting turn of events for them. But, hey, Noise Pollution remains tag team champions at
They
this
remain
time.
undefeated.
Undefeated.
Make sure you get it right. Undefeated.
Mad Max Morrison, the relentless one, Rock Richards, still your tag team champions.
Boy, you are just digging holes all day long, ain't you?
I mean, how am I digging a hole?
Disrespecting the former TV champ.
What'd you say?
I said it. Now the tag team champions.
I think I've been quite respectful of the tag team champions, recognizing the fact they are undefeated and still our tag team champions. Of course, you also saw a bit of controversy. Wow. The heavyweight championship was on the line as Mr. Big Stuff defended the championship against Jeffrey Bravo. On one side, we had Big Stuff Industries, and on the other, the DuPont family. And they did indeed collide. Again, you can get your chance to see this now. Go to twitch.tv/UCW Forever, and you can see the controversial finish that there was between these two competitors. And we still have our UCW champion is Mr. Big Stuff himself, Billy Woody Jr. Guys, before we dive into the television championship, which is our focal point of the evening, your thoughts on how the main event ended?
I'm just going to say that hopefully this little family rift is over and we can move through and not have to pit them two teams against each other.
Well, I beg to differ, because with the way the match was and with the way the match ended, it would be no shadow of a doubt that Jeffrey Bravo would want a rematch. Another shot to get the belt, because there are a lot of people out there that say, hey, the ref's hand hit the number 3. And, you know, we've seen it time and time again that when the ref counts 3, it doesn't matter what happens afterwards. So, you know, if I was Jeffrey Bravo, I'd be lobbying old DeVore for a rematch.
I think what the big part of this is that the biggest part that I've noticed is that the referee's decision is supposed to be final. Now, Senior official Mike D was in the ring for this matchup, and he called it as best he possibly could. I mean, there's a lot of activity around that ring and in the ring. The other part of it, though, is when Bill Olsen came to the ring to basically explain what he saw. That was what caused the match to restart. And, of course, we saw Mr. Big Stuff capitalize and remain your UCW heavyweight champion.
Well, let me go on record as to say that you two be you and don't worry about what the champ does. And I'm sure we can get him on here and to get his opinion somewhere in the near future. It's a phone call. That's all I got to make. Phone call.
Well,
So, let's move on to the TV title.
You know, I mean, I'm not going to try to stir up any kind of rift.
Oh, my God.
I am an impartial kind of guy, and I think, maybe you're right.
Spell impartial.
You're probably correct right this moment, but...
The only impartial you got is probably in your mouth.
See?
Wow, hey!
And
hey,
there's the vulture right there.
Hey! Okay, well, that's uncomfortable. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's calm ourselves. Let's show some decorum,
Let me
gentlemen.
say that we have not seen the end of Jeffrey Bravo.
I'm confident that this matchup will happen again. I really am. I think Jeffrey Bravo felt like he had the champ's number. And, I'm not going to speak for Mr. Big Stuff.
I know I have the champ's number. I don't know about Bravo.
And I will say that Humphrey J. DuPont, he came there to the Hoops Academy prepared.
He did.
And he's resilient. Did we not see 2 briefcases?
2 briefcases.
So,
let's not forget, and then we'll go ahead and dive right into the television championship. Let's not forget the fact that KR Superstar did come down towards the ring area and stopped Humphrey J. from getting his briefcase and possibly assisting Ethan Cross in retaining the television championship, which is our focus of the evening. So
that gives you even more desire. Hold on. KR Superstar.
Right.
Cost your family your belt.
Not just one, but 2
then,
titles.
KR Superstar gets involved. First, he got involved in the television title match that we're going to talk about.
Right.
Didn't have any business being down there. Then, he gets involved in the world title match, and he robs your... Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Humphrey's not... No, we're not done with this.
I think what a lot of people have noticed is that there is a sizable rift still between the 2 families.
I think you two give me pimples. That's what you give me.
How? I'm a little confused.
You're
I'm
both
a
just
little awkward. I'm uncomfortable now.
Are you going through puberty here on the
dirty.
air?
Just dirty.
Dirty. Okay. Well, here's the thing. Ethan Cross coming into this television championship matchup was undefeated. He was the standard bearer for UCW. The only champion from start to finish who really carried UCW through its we'll just say through growing pains. We'll word it this way. As we came through Sterling, Virginia, as we came through Winchester, and we arrived into Hoops Academy for a great matchup between the Red Scorpion, who, Red Scorpion had ferocious battles with Papa Stro as he made his way to the ring as the challenger for the television championship. I mean, Ethan Cross was ready. He seemed focused and prepared. I wonder perhaps if the monkey that he brought to the ring perhaps distracted him. I don't know that there's really a place for a stuffed monkey in a wrestling ring. But the referee did check the monkey. And it was not loaded.
Well,
Did
he shock the monkey?
Whoa!
Shock the monkey.
Oh, jeez. We can be serious for a moment. Television championship. Ethan Cross gets to the ring and, to his credit, was prepared and went in with a wrestling plan, a strategy, thought he would outmaneuver the Red Scorpion. But Doug, I think what we saw was that the strength of the Red Scorpion was ultimately what cost the TV championship for Ethan Cross.
Well, and also you got to think about is the Scorpion is coming from, the Monster Factory.
Right.
Well, actually, they're both from the Monster Factory.
Absolutely.
So, I said that night that, hey, this is a big advantage, but then, is it? Because you're both from the Monster Factory. But the thing is, Scorp was an unknown. He'd only been at one other match.
Right.
He'd been only at UCW one other time. So could the champ properly prepare for someone that he barely knew? And as we're about to, find out, not every day is a good day for the champ, I guess.
Toughest thing about this matchup was watching Ethan Cross really get thrown around, because that was the thing that I noticed the most. Was Red Scorpion's strength was just overwhelming. Ethan Cross was fast. He was smart. He took a break. He tried to recalibrate himself and recenter himself and focus. He was really looking to make sure that he was prepared in this title defense. He had his manager at his side. He had the fans. Honestly, the fans were torn. You had Humphrey J, the hometown hero. Fans were happy to see him there at ringside. Red Scorpion had the fans. The fans were happy to see the Red Scorpion. But in the end, it was indeed a TKO that ended the night for Ethan Cross and began what we were just talking about. Some question as to whether or not we have seen truly the end of Big Stuff Industries versus the DuPont family. Because it was the ending where KR Superstar came to ringside, took the briefcase from the coach before he could hand it to Humphrey J, and ultimately cost Ethan Cross the television championship as he was distracted. Gotta point it out. He was definitely distracted by the shenanigans on the outside.
Oh, there's no doubt. However, though, the good news is Ethan will get his day again in the match for that TV title. And you can best believe he'll be better prepared to take down the Scorpion.
And that brings us to the next moment here in UCW Radio. We are very excited to bring in a guest, and we're going to go ahead and provide to you your opportunity to meet and understand how the new champ feels about being our television champion for UCW. So let's go ahead and go right now to our interview with the Red Scorpion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are joined by an outstanding UCW competitor, somebody we've been talking an awful lot about. Man, oh man, I can't wait to bring this gentleman in. He is our brand new Ultimate Championship Wrestling television champion. He is known the world over as the one and only the Red Scorpion. Brian, let's go ahead and welcome the champ, the new TV champ. Red Scorpion, welcome to UCW Radio.
Thank you for having me. And yes, I am the Ultimate Championship Wrestling television champion. I am the world's most dangerous arachnid. I am the Red Scorpion. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, first off, congratulations on a tremendous victory over Ethan Cross. Wow. That matchup with Ethan Cross, we knew it would be one for the ages for sure. But man, did it ever it had hard hitting. The impact that was felt just on some of the clotheslines delivered, I swear there were times where I thought you took Ethan's head straight off his body.
Yes, that is the plan. You have two competitors in the ring fighting for one common goal, and that was that title. And I listened to the commentary on that matchup, and it did say the Red Scorpion has to beat Ethan Cross. And that was my game plan. And I tell you what, he's a hell of a competitor. I have so much respect for Ethan Cross. We go back to days at the Monster Factory, many, many, many camps I've done with this gentleman. And he is all business. And I have the utmost respect for this guy, because he's one that goes out there and invests in himself. And like I said, there's not many wrestlers that I can say does that as much besides me. So, he's a hell of a competitor, a hell of an athlete, and let's give credit to his age. He's old. Let's be real. He's old. And he has, he's had some life struggles, and to be at the point at where he is now in the realm of wrestling, again, I can't say enough about him. I have the utmost respect for him, and he's a hell of a competitor. I'm not sure what is up with this whole hashtag monkey muffin thing. Maybe you guys can fill me in on this, but this is, this was brought up actually in one of the promo times, and I was like, what in the world is he talking about? And I got to witness it that night. So that's my thoughts on Ethan Cross.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the matchup, going into this matchup for the television title, we had seen you mix it up with Papa Stroh, who, I mean, you guys went tooth and nail, and we knew that it was going to be a special kind of night. How do you prepare for a man like Ethan Cross? I mean, clearly you've got to be ready for anything. You've got Humphrey J. DuPont IV on the outside. You got the briefcase to worry about. You've got, as you stated, the monkey muffins. You got to worry about that. I mean, how does a guy like you prepare for what many would call a daunting challenge?
To be honest, there's no real way to prepare. You prepare, each matchup the same. Now, this matchup had a title belt involved, which means the world. So, you really have to bring your A game on that night. And, things aren't going to go the way you plan them to go. You're going to get hit with hammers. You're going to be thrown, things you don't know what's going to happen. It's two guys competing. Like I said, I've had many camps with him. I've seen him, but I never experienced him on a one-to-one level like I did that night. And I do say I use the term one-to-one loosely because, like you said, he had his manager with him, and his manager had his briefcase with him. So, again, I studied Ethan Cross, though. I studied him. I watched many, many films on him. So I kind of had an idea of what I was going to get myself into. And, I knew Humphrey DuPont was going to play a part in this. I just didn't know how or when. But sure enough, he made his presence felt for sure. And he tried. He tried to give his man the upper hand when he threw in that briefcase. But thanks to our courageous referee, he took that part from him. And that referee suffered the cost, which was me coming in like a train and just knocking him straight out of that ring. And oops, my bad. But that's what I mean by it's like a chess game out there. You're making moves. You're putting your best foot forward, your best guys. Who are you going to sacrifice? And in that instance, my bad, but that referee got lit up. I don't know. Did you guys see that? Did you see him? I was coming like a bat out of hell, man. I mean, seriously. I was trying to take Ethan's head straight off his body.
Of course, you're talking about senior official Mike D. Yeah, you're absolutely correct. When you went charging into that corner, you sent him flying to the outside.
Well,
thank you for stating his name. What was it again? Mike D?
Yes, sir.
Great. Thank you for that.
In my personal opinion, as the advocate for the DuPont family during this trying time, I'm glad you admitted to, coming in contact with the referee so that when Ethan gets his rematch, maybe we can add a stipulation to it to prevent that from happening.
I would love to see that stipulation. What stipulation would you hope for? What would you like to see?
The referee to keep an eye on you.
Oh, is that right? Keep an eye on me.
Yeah,
on me.
Even Mr. DuPont pointed out at the beginning that you may have had a foreign object in the boot.
Right, I got a foreign object, surely, and it's my foot. Yeah, it's my foot, and it's about to go straight up Mr. DuPont's ass. If he was, he's lucky. Did you see him grab my foot when I hit the six-pack tag move on him by the edge of the ring there? Did you see that?
No, I must have had a eyelash issue or something. I
Yeah,
don't
because
think I saw that.
yeah, the view I saw was obviously from the hard cam angle. I'm not sure where you were at the time, but you would easily miss that. But he did it.
Well, but you said earlier that you and Ethan have known each other for a long time, and I don't recall if you said if y'all like done battle before for a title.
That's right. I'll restate this. Yes, I have done many camps with Ethan Cross. He has been in my last group at the Monster Factory. We do these super camps. We have these super camps, and a lot of guys from all around the world, believe it or not. And I say world because we've had guys from like Germany come down, and we have kids from Texas, you know, and the greater state of Washington even. I mean, they come from all over for these camps that the Monster Factory so graciously puts together and opens up to the world like that. I mean, that is why they are known as the world famous Monster Factory. And yes, so I've never mixed it up with him though. I've yet to lay hands. I've never laid hands on him before that night. Never.
And I'm assuming as a fighting champion, you're going to give him his rematch that he so richly deserves.
I would love that. You see, my friend, I am the Red Scorpion. I am a fighting champion. And if you hadn't known, I like to mix it up. And, you know, Ethan Cross is, like I said, a hell of a competitor and a fighter. You know, he comes from some mean streets. He served his time. So I know he brings it like he did on that night. Now, he may have had Mr. DuPont, you know, in his ears because, you know, obviously my strength was getting the better of him. And he had to, you know, get some advice from Mr. DuPont. And I'm going to just say this, when he did do that and came into that ring and I came after him, what did he do next? What did he do next? Do you remember that?
No. I mean, my eyelash is crazy sometimes.
He poked in the eye. And that is, I'm not going to lie, you know, that's how he got on top of me then. I mean, let's be real. In the game of war, okay, there are no rules until there is but one man left standing. And do you know who was left standing at the end of that night with the championship gold in his hand?
So
who was that?
I can defer to old Stan there because I'm sure he's going to let me hear it here in just a second who was standing tall.
It would be my pleasure at the end of the night with the gold in his hand held high for all the world to see and all the fans to enjoy. It was indeed you, sir, the Red Scorpion, standing tall over Ethan Cross. And I got to say, I'm glad to hear that you are indeed a fighting champion because here's what we have learned over the past few months with Ultimate Championship Wrestling is that there is a plethora, if you will, of hungry individuals looking for their chance to become a champion. And, while I'm looking at the roster, I mean, we have so many capable young men ready to take on the world. You know, Mr. Red Scorpion Champ, I got to ask you, when you look at guys like maybe Sickened or the Masked Menace himself, Tremor, you gotta wonder if maybe you've got a target on your back. Do you feel that you'd be able to compete with two gentlemen of those stature?
Yes, and I'm glad you brought those two individuals up because those two individuals in particular are so polar opposites. You know, you got Tremor, and I watched film. I saw what his game plan is in his twisted mind. He is slow, but methodical. He brings his game with intent to cause harm and destruction, and he's got I watched him. I can't say enough, man. He's a totally different competitor than that of an Ethan Cross and that of a Sicken. Now with Sicken, I will say this. I've had the pleasure, and I will say pleasure, of seeing him perform at other companies. And as a matter of fact, he has actually trained a very close, let's see, how can you say, like grasshopper? He's a young man that I have taken under my large scorpion claw. Okay, he has trained this young man, and he has done an amazing job. This guy's, now I know I'm going off on a tangent, but Sicken has produced some very good talent out there. So, and also in saying that, like I said, I have seen him. I have worked with him at many, many, many shows. But once again, I have never got to mix it up with him physically. But he is a high flyer. This guy can move. He did not get to display that night because of how, Tremor, just his he made him wrestle his game. And it's unfortunate the turnout of that match. I would have loved to see it had it not been for, I'm sorry to bring him up, but the KR superstar, But both of these guys, again, how polar opposites they are as far as their style goes. Once again, I would almost say with myself, I am almost like a combination of the two of them. So I feel I would be a great matchup. And but it would be a great matchup. Not just for myself, but for the UCW fans as well, to see that. So, yes, I welcome them. Hey, they want what I got. By all means, you can try and come get it.
And there you have it. The television champion, the Red Scorpion, laying it on the line, really establishing his position, making a statement with a victory over Ethan Cross, and basically stating he is unafraid of any potential challengers coming his way. Champ, I want to thank you so much for joining us here on UCW Radio. Where can our awesome fans find you on social media, sir?
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at Red Scorpion 717. That is also my Instagram account. Once again, Red Scorpion 717. You can follow me on Facebook at The Red Scorpion 717. That is my fan page. You can also find my YouTube channel. Yes, look me up on YouTube and you will see the evolution of the Red Scorpion from day one to most recent UCW when I took on Ethan Cross, and see that journey in my wrestling evolution. And that is, just type it in, The Red Scorpion, Mark Hazel.
Well, thank you so much, champion. We appreciate your time and your efforts, of course. And for Brian and myself, we just want to thank you so again for your time, and you have a great rest of your evening, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. And remember, when you mess with the world's most dangerous arachnid, somebody's going to get stung.